Welcome, and thank you for tuning in to the second video in our series on resilient leadership through innovation, technology, and problem solving. In our first video, we challenged the myth that innovation only means cutting-edge technology. We saw that innovation exists on a spectrum and can also mean reimagining existing resources, strengthening relationships, and building trust. But recognizing innovation is only the first step. The harder question is, how do we actually adapt these ideas in a risk-averse sector? The truth is, innovation is quite challenging for utilities, and for very good reasons. Our systems are built for consistency, not agility, and the consequences of failure could affect public health, safety, or the environment. The cost of implementation can be difficult to justify without regulatory mandates, and utilities worry about being punished for the unintended consequences of trying something new. Capacity is a constant challenge, from staffing to funding to long-term operations. These fears are absolutely valid, but we also know that we can't keep doing what we've always done. Facing these fears and turning them into opportunities requires a leap of leadership. To seek out change, to be willing to fail and learn, to be willing to share openly, and to prioritize new ideas. The future of water is in our hands now, and together we can build a more connected and collaborative water network. My name is Bennett, and in this video, myself and fellow water leaders will explore how resilient leadership can drive the adoption of innovation across our sector. We'll highlight strategies that utilities are using today to overcome barriers to create sustainable and collaborative solutions. So with that, let's go to Sarah for our first example of innovation in action. Over to you, Sarah.
Thanks, Bennett. The wastewater industry in Minnesota is facing new and stricter effluent regulations. These are stacked on the existing challenges facing municipalities of industry staffing shortages and lack of funding for plant upgrades. Regionalization is rising as one answer to these challenges. Diverging from the status quo of upgrading individual treatment plants and joining together in a regionalization project requires a resilient leader with long-term vision to overcome every hurdle, to deliver a solution that will achieve cost savings, improve operational efficiency, protect the environment, address growth needs, and promote sustainable practices. It takes a leap of leadership and the groundwork of building trust. Regionalization involves combining resources and infrastructure to treat wastewater more efficiently and cost effectively, often through shared facilities and intermunicipal agreements. This approach leverages economies of scale, improves treatment performance and reliability, and reduces the financial, environmental, and regulatory burden on individual communities. This is especially beneficial for smaller communities facing aging infrastructure or capacity limitations. Even with these financial, environmental, and personnel benefits, regionalization projects face an uphill battle for support from the local elected officials who don't want to lose local control and potentially local jobs. Utility-to-utility collaboration can alleviate the concerns of elected officials and staff. Seeing a new technology or treatment strategy working at another utility is a way to de-risk the innovation for others in the industry. The cities of Montrose and Waverly were facing costly facility upgrades. They had seen that a neighboring utility's regionalization project has been a successful and beneficial collaboration for more than 15 years, and they decided to join the regionalized facility themselves. While regionalization isn't cutting-edge technology for wastewater treatment, it does require a leader who will facilitate a new mindset of collaboration, who will build trust between multiple communities, and who will take on the challenge of proposing an alternative to the status quo because they can see the long-term benefits of an alternative treatment strategy. Next, we'll hear from Andrew and how thinking outside the box led to a successful partnership between unlikely parties.
Thanks, Sarah. Now, Loudoun Water serves Loudoun County, a fast-growing suburb outside Washington, D.C. To meet future water demands, Loudoun Water's Potomac Water Supply Program ventured down an innovative path to solve two local problems. As part of the program, the new Trap Rock Water Treatment Plant would be constructed. But Loudoun Water also partnered with a local mining company with the vision to convert retired rock quarries into reservoirs. This created a win-win scenario whereby the mining company had an end-of-life use for their mined-out asset and where Loudoun Water could develop an additional water supply resource. The development of the first quarry, Milestone Reservoir, will result in the water banking and water supply management of over 1 billion gallons of off-river water storage. This will allow Loudoun Water to suspend withdrawals from the Potomac River during periods of drought or adverse water quality conditions, and the Trap Rock Water Treatment Plant will be able to continue producing finished water for their customers. Ultimately, through the conversion of future quarries, up to 12 billion gallons of off-river water storage could be realized. Throughout this program, Loudoun Water worked closely with their regulators, building trust through transparency, as this was a first-of-its-kind withdrawal permit on the Potomac River. Loudoun Water took a leap of leadership by thinking outside of the box and first establishing solution-oriented partnerships in an innovative approach to ensure a safe, reliable water supply for generations to come. Another example of where a culture of innovation can help solve problems comes from Denver Water.
Innovation, leadership, and impact sets Denver Water's Northwater Treatment Plant apart. In 2022, this groundbreaking project received the American Waterworks Association's Innovation Award, a prestigious recognition from the organization. So, what made this project stand out? First, sustainability. Designed to be a net producer of energy, the plant earned the Envision Gold Award for Sustainable Infrastructure, with LEED certification on the horizon. Denver Water split the project into 8 discrete, discipline-based design packages to design and deliver this award-winning sustainable project. Over 50 design firms worked on the project, each with its own strong commitments to sustainability. Next, adaptability. Adaptability was key during construction and as a feature of the finished plant. Even during the COVID-19 pandemic, construction never stopped. A smart construction family model kept teams safe and the project on schedule. The finished plant is capable of being operated remotely, which will allow the plant to stay fully operational, even in the midst of another health epidemic, pandemic, or other significant issue that may require workers to remain off-site for a period of time. Additionally, through continuous improvement, the team scaled the plant's initial capacity from 150 to 75 million gallons per day, saving the utility $80 million while keeping room to expand capacity as demand increases in the future. Diversity was a priority. Denver Water split design work across 8 local firms to maximize the unique strengths and skill sets of each, and launched a major outreach effort to include minority and women-owned businesses. And finally, shared infrastructure. Collaborating with nearby utilities, they streamlined raw water delivery through a single new conduit, replacing multiple outdated pipes across the project site and strengthening the whole region's resilience. This is more than just a treatment plant. It's a blueprint for leadership in action. Exceptional collaboration and teamwork have led to optimized project performance and significant capital construction savings. Denver Water took the leap of leadership to dream, design, and deliver a project rooted in innovation, grounded in community, and built for the future.
Thank you, Sarah and Andrew. Your examples remind us that leadership makes innovation real. Whether technological, adaptive, strategic, or regional, we must create the conditions where new ideas can succeed, with strategies like collaboration across utilities, partnerships with regulators and vendors, and creating cultures where staff feel safe to try and to learn, and the vision to think outside of the box. Yes, the hurdles are real, but resilient leaders see them not as roadblocks, but as opportunities. They reimagine how we deliver water services by embracing creativity, sharing lessons, and supporting one another. Across the sector, we can ensure that innovation is a lived reality that strengthens communities for generations to come. Remember, leadership is not a position. Leadership is not a rank. Leadership is a choice. So my question for you, will you take that leap of leadership?